Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Pillars in the Shop. Today, I want to share with you a new project I'm going to try. It's trying to get back to some of the basics I used to do with woodworking. This is a little different. I guess you could call that a wine bottle lamp I did last month. Woodworking, you know, quasi, yes, I guess you could. But this is something a little different. I've seen a picture of it in a magazine. I thought, well, I think I can do that because I have the material. Show you what I got. I have shutters, and they work. Now, what I want to do is, I have four of these. I bought two boxes of them, four to a box. And I'm going to use one box of them, four of them, and I'm going to put them together in a square configuration. And then I'm going to mount them to a base. They'll have a top, and they'll be illuminated. And it'll be like a kind of like a lamp. Now, the picture, and I'm going to put the picture of the one I saw in the video somewhere up here. And this when I build it, this could be used as a lamp. You can put it on the end table or whatever as a lamp. And the one that in that picture I've showed you, or am showing you, you can see the light. The light is kind of in the middle, and that's okay. I mean, that looks all right. But I want to do a little different with mine. I want to try to light it up with indirect lighting to where the interior of the four shutters are lit up, and of course, there's light emanating from it, like a lamp, sort of. But you don't see the light bulb, or you don't see where the light's really coming from. And I'm gonna try to do it with this. Well, I put it back in the box. Let me grab it. I'm going to use, like you would see in the kitchen or other places, a recessed light. And I'm gonna, when I build put the four shutters in the square like I want them, I'll have a base on it. And the base will be made out of 4x4, like this. And I'll cut them, I'm gonna 45 the corners or butt them together. It should look pretty nice. And that'll give me some room, because I gotta have some room for the light to sit in and not touch the table. I don't want it touching the table. And it won't with a 4x4. I'm actually gonna put another, probably at least a 3/4 inch piece of, we'll call it plywood, but it's not gonna be plywood because I don't like the way plywood has those three different layers. It's gonna be some sort of cabinet wood or something. And I'll cut a piece to it. It'll go on top of this, just a little bit bigger than the four pieces of shutters that are put together as a, what do you call it, intermediate base. So it'll be this, that other piece of plywood, and then the shutters. And I'll drill a hole in that piece of plywood again to set that recessed light in to hide it where it'll be indirect, because it'll be down inside those 4x4s. Plus, I have about all 3 inches of base here that's going to even help hide that light even more. Now, one of the things I was a little concerned about is that if I come up just from the bottom with the light, then you'll have light enough at the bottom of all these louvers, but the tops could very well be in the shadow, because this thing's going to have a top on it, and a bunch of the light, I guess, would just go straight up out of the top of the lamp, shutter lamp, if you want to call it that. It might look okay, and I'll see when I build it, but I don't think so. I think I have a way to remedy that problem too. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put a convex mirror in the top, on the top cap of the lamp. So the theory is the light will come up from the bottom, light up the bottom of all the louvers, it'll reflect off the convex mirror, and illuminate the top of all the louvers. And it's just a little 3-inch convex mirror that you would buy for exterior mirror on a truck, 18-wheeler or a pickup truck or whatever. That's my theory. And that's what we're going to see if we can do. So now you know the theory. Now you know what I'm going to try and do. Only things left is get it done. All right, guys, there's a couple ways I can set these shutters up. One time I thought about putting them corner to corner. It will look something like this. And that looks a lot like what's in the picture. I can do that. I just don't like it with this gap right here. Don't like it with that gap right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one like this. I don't know if I can hold them all in place. That's on the outside. This is gonna be on the inside. If I can hold them there. And this will round it out. This one will go on the inside of that one. Outside of this one. Anyway, I think y'all are getting the idea. Something like that. It's very difficult to hold it by yourself and show y'all, but the point is, they're going to be something like that. Again, I can't quite get them to stay together, but you can see what I'm talking about. The point is, they'll end up in a square. I don't want to make it where it's in a rectangle. And so by overlapping every other corner, they'll come out to a square, and the interior will be, I'll have to cut a 7 1/4 inch square for the center. Then all those shutters will attach to it, and that'll make the structure of the shutter lamp a square. Hope that makes sense. I thought about doing it the way the picture shows, and I'll put it back up here where you can see it, and you'll see how they did it, where they put the corners the way they did them, and you can, if you look carefully in the corner, you can see the angle braces they use. That's fine. It don't look bad. It looks pretty nice. But I don't really want it that way. I am going to use the angle braces. I'm not going to get out of using them. But I don't want to be exposed like that. And I'll use the angle braces, quite a few of them actually, to hold it all together. But one shutter will have hinges on it. So you can open it up, and if you need to, you want to wipe out the bulb on the inside or whatever. I mean, you could actually put something in there if you wanted to, because it's going to be a, not an incandescent. That light I'm putting in there is a LED light, so it doesn't generate any heat. So you can put something in there if you wanted to. But anyway, I think y'all got the idea of what I'm talking about. So I need to get that 7 1/4 by 7 1/4 piece. And I'm just going to use plywood on this because the shutters are going to surround it, or you're not going to see the edge. The top, I'm not sure about the top yet, if I'm going to use plywood or not, because that one shutter I told you where it's going to have hinges, you open it up, you'll see that edge with the several different layers. Maybe. I'm going to look in my, we have a storage shed where Candace keeps all her furniture she's working on. It might be some lumber in there that I could make a top for it that's not plywood. That's actually just a piece of wood. And maybe I can get I'm hoping an 8 by 8 piece out of it to make for the top. We'll see. Anyway, what I need to do now is cut me a 7 1/4 inch piece of plywood for the bottom. So let's get that done. All right, guys. So we're gonna cut our 7 1/4 inch piece. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this in a little bit. I'm gonna take just a little off of it to make sure it's square, good and flat, about 1/4 inch or so. So, watch your ears. Notice that piece of wood was stuck in there. I did not reach in there to get it. You stop that saw blade before you ever do anything else with it. Now, We need 7 1/4. Yes, this thing has a tape measure on it for you to set your marks. So I like to check it again anyway. And that says so close 7 1/4. I can't make it any better now. All right. So let's see if we can get our square cut. All right, we got one more cut. Again, I didn't get that wood till that blade stopped. All right, so according to our measurements, should be 7 1/4 or 7 1/4. Now, moving on to the next part, we're gonna be to put the shutters up on each side of it. Okay, guys, well, I've got my base ready that the light's gonna go into, and then the shutters are gonna screw to. I took it and let's see, I got the hole cut in the middle of it, and I took some crack filler and put in it to kind of smooth it out because it is plywood, but it's going to be inside the structure, so you're not going to see it very much. So I decided to go and use that piece of it. I don't have any finished lumber that I could have used right here. I'm going to end up having to go get a piece though after the top. But anyway, so now I'm going to screw the shutters on, and I'm going to use L brackets just like this. And I'm going to put one in the center of each shutter, and then I'm going to put one probably near the top in the corner between two shutters to kind of tie them together. And that should hold this together. If it doesn't, then I'll add some more. Again, you're not going to see them, and they're going to get painted with the rest of the shutters, so it shouldn't make much difference. But I'm gonna do a couple right now, and we'll see how it turns out. So I've got this up against my board here, and that's one of the reasons why I put it there, so that I could line things up the way it is. And it's coming in really handy now with this right here. Now we'll see if I can screw this. Hold it up with one hand, screw it with the other. I just bought this small little screwdriver, electric screwdriver, so we'll see how it's going to work out. Well, that didn't work. So let me set this down and see if I can get that. That's what I was afraid of. I moved it. All right, let me try it again. Put it right there. I have a small. I might not need to do that. I might be able to go ahead and just screw right on in. I'm going to take a hammer and tap it in a little bit, but it's wood. And I think I got to push it enough to get it started. This little screwdriver, it needs to be charged, or it don't have enough oomph to drive it the rest of the way in there. I don't think it has enough oomph to drive it in there. But the battery's already gone south. That doesn't help any. So let me get Big Bertha out here, get it tightened up. Get in a tight place with it. Anyway, I got it tight. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on the charger. I may have to drill some pilot holes for it. I was trying not to do that. That's just one more thing that makes the job take longer. But it may come to that. All right. So anyway, I think you're getting the idea of what I'm gonna do. And when I get this on there and I put the next one up here, right there, like I said, I'll take an angle brace and put it like that to tie them together. And I think that'll be enough to do it. So, not to make y'all sit here through all this, I'm gonna go ahead and get this done. Then I'll come back and I'll show you what it looks like. See you then. All right, guys. So I got the base and three sides put together. Still got the fourth side. And debating on whether to put it on hinges where it opens and closes, or to attach it permanently. I mean, there's really no reason to get inside of it. I mean, like I said earlier, somebody could put something in there. I don't know if they would or not, or really would want to, but I haven't made that decision yet. Whether use, like I said, mount it personally or put hinges on. But anyway, this is how far along I am right now. You see, I got three sides together. You can see the corner braces I was telling you I was going to use. And this is the bottom. The light will go through there, through that hole. So I'll have to put a base on it to get the bottom of that light off the table it's sitting on, whatever. So the base has to be about at least 3.25, 3 to 3.25 inches high to get that, like I say, get the bottom of that light off the table. I don't want the bottom of the light sitting on the table. This is the fourth piece, just like the others. And again, I haven't decided exactly how I want to go with it. It sits like this. Don't let it fall on me. All right, it sits just, I move the camera around pretty fast. Let's see if I can get this under control. Yeah, it's just going to sit just like that. And if I put a hinge on it, it'll have to go on this side, here to here. And I'll have to either have 2 or 3 hinges like that on that side. Or another thing I've been thinking about, as I said earlier, is to tie the whole thing together in one piece. Now, to do that, I have to paint it with the 3 sides on and the base, then paint the 4th side, have it separate, not put in yet. So I can paint both. Of course, I won't be able to get on the inside with the paint if I mount that 4th side on it. So it's one thing is I've got to do first before I mount it together. I put it all 4 pieces together, and I can do that. And once I get it painted, then I'll stick the light in it, put the base on it. The paint's going to be kind of an off-white, kind of an antique white. The top and the bottom is going to be a brown color. I think it's going to look real nice when I get it all painted up, put together. Another thing that I was going to show you, I thought about instead of using hinges. See what y'all think about this. I have these that I'd taken off another project, or actually something I bought at a garage sale. And I would put these all 4 corners. I have just enough of them, and I'd paint those brown, match the same color as the top and the bottom. I think it will look pretty good. Again, once I do that, there won't be no hinges, there won't be opening up or anything. But again, that light, it's got a huge life expectancy on it. You know, I mean, by the time that light goes out, whoever owns it probably done sold it to 2 or 3 other people done owned it, and by then it's probably done ended up in a dry sale anyway. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do instead of trying to get a hinge on there correctly so it closes correctly and looks good and all that, because I can't put the hinge on it after I paint it either. But I want to paint the hinge, you know. But anyway, so now what I got to do is what I plan on doing, excuse me. But now what I plan on doing is I'm going to start cutting some lumber down to make the base. All right, what I need for the base It'll be 4 pieces, 12 and a quarter inches long, 12 and a half inches long. That's 50 inches. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut it 60 to give me a little bit of play, a little bit of extra board, make sure I don't run out. All right, we're gonna cut 4 pieces and with a 45-degree angle on each end. Two. Number 4. All right. All right, guys. I got our pieces cutting on the work table here. Let's see how it turned out. Tell you the truth, I think it turned out pretty good. Okay, what I'm gonna do tonight is or do for today is I'm gonna glue it together and then leave it alone and let it set up overnight. And then tomorrow when I come in, I'll take some corner braces and I'll put some corner braces in here just to hold it together real well. I'm gonna glue these edges together and then that's all we're gonna do for today. All right. See how well I can get this set in there. That's pretty good. I like that. So, like I said, don't think I can really squeeze them too tight. I might. I mean, I maybe could. I could probably put that one in there. They're sitting pretty tight. They're not moving. I think I'm gonna leave them alone. I think I'm gonna stop right there and let them set overnight. All right. That's about all I can do today. So I'm not gonna paint today, and that's what I really need to do next. But anyway, we come back in the morning or tomorrow. I will see if we can do some painting. I hope we can. We'll see y'all then. All right, guys. So the glue is set. The thing feels real solid. I haven't added any type of braces to it, corner braces or anything. I might later. We'll just see on once I get the whole thing assembled. We'll see how. I think it's going to be all well held together because once I get the sub base on it, which is this part right here. As you can see, I've already drilled a hole in it for the recessed light. Once I get the sub base on it, then I get the shutter light on top of that, and get it all nailed and glued together, I don't think I'll have to have corner braces. If I decide I do need corner braces, I'll add some to it. All right, and I also cut a third piece. This is going to be the top. It's basically the same size as the one I just showed you for the sub base. And like I say, it'll sit on the very top of the shutter lamp. The one thing I kind of been tossing around in my head is whether I should sand the. I'm gonna sand it to smooth out the edges and all that, the corners. But I was wondering if I ought to round the corners out. And by that I meant, of course, take this round and round it out, and this round it out, and the top part too. But the thing about that is the shutter tower or shutter lamp is going to have sharp right angles, 90-degree angles. It's not going to be rounded. They're going to be just like this. So if I do the base, sub base, and the top around them off, and the shutter lamp is not rounded, it might look odd. So I don't think I will round them out. I believe I'm just going to kind of sand all the edges and everything, smooth everything out, clean it all up before I paint it. That's going to be my next project, is to start sanding and get it all sanded up, ready to paint. And truth be told, that's my second least favorite thing to do. Of course, my least favorite thing to do is painting. But that's the nature of the beast. That's what has to be done. So that's what I'll do too. And one last thing I want to show you real quickly. On the very base, show you how solid this thing glued together. I was able to drill a hole through it without it falling apart. And that's going to be for the light cord. It'll go through there and tie to the recessed light. I'll put a little grommet in there, kind of hold it all in place, make it look nice. But anyway, then we get out there, get the sanding, woohoo! And whether I film it or not, we'll see. Y'all seen all that before. Y'all seen sanding and painting. Most likely you won't see me again until we start assembling it. See you in a little while. Okay, guys, so I got all the sanding and painting done. Yeah, that's what it would have done to you had I videoed it and tried to show it to you. I think sanding is the second boringest thing to do, and painting is the boringest thing to do. But I got the paint and sanding done, so now it's time to assemble it. And I've got it pretty much laid out here. I got the top, one of the sides, the very base, the sub base, and of course the major part of the body right there. So it basically stacks on top of itself. So the sub base will stack on top of here, just like that. And I'll get it all measured up, get it squared up where it looks nice. And on top of the sub base will be the main section. It'll go on top of here. And then of course the top, which is this piece right here, it'll go on the very top of the structure. Structure is the only thing I can think of right now to call it. And the last thing I'll put in there will be this last piece right here. Because I have to do it last so that I can work inside of it and get everything attached. So I'm going to set this out of the way for now so I don't knock it over, knock it down. So I'm going to concentrate right now on these two. Get them squared up. Once I get these two attached, then I put the main structure on top of it. Then I can put the light in it. And the light's going to need to be, there'll be some wiring I have to do for it. And I'll have to turn the whole structure upside down to do it. I actually may go ahead and put the, no, I probably won't. I don't want to scratch it up. I'll turn it upside down without the top and get or at least on the side, and get the light wired in. And we'll go from there. So let's see if we can't kind of get this here, this piece right here, where we want it on here. We'll make little tiny marks in the corners. Then we'll add some glue to it, and we're going to take my compressor and probably my small finish nailer, and we'll put some nails in it. Okay, so I've got it lined up like I want it. I measured it earlier. As long as I keep my nails about 1.25 inches from the edges, we should be just fine. So basically now I need to use glue and get my compressor going and get my finish taper out. Finish nailer. All right, let's see if we can get some glue out of this. And I'm not going to measure that because I'm just going to take the glue and run it really pretty close to the edge here. I just want to get some glue on it. I will set this down on our marks pretty close. That ain't close at all. That is much better. All right. So I'm going to put in some brad nails, finish nails, 1.25 inches in. And you should not be able to see those. I'm not going to put a whole lot of them. I'll do a few on the other side. That'll probably be all I'm going to do. All right. I don't think it's going to go. All right. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Now, let's set our structure on top. Turn this around because that's the back end pointing at me. I don't want to put our structure on backwards. So now we have our structure on top of our base and our sub base. And I'm basically going to attach it the same way. The only thing I had to make sure of is the hole in the center for the light. Make sure that the hole underneath is not intruding into this hole, because that's pretty tight fit for that light. So I don't need it to have any obstruction. All right, let's get that done. Let's do this here. We're gonna do the same thing we did earlier. Keep it pretty much on the inside. That's just to kind of hold it in place. But the finish nails I'm gonna put on, it's gonna have as much to do with lining it up as anything. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Just gotta get it straight now. I think I'm gonna nail it like that. I like the way it looks. It looks pretty square all the way around. It lines up with the corners line up. That was a big thing. I want the corners to line up. Well, let's set this other piece on there just to make sure we like this before I nail it down. I like it. Corners pretty much line up. I like that. All right, let's put some finish nails in it. All right. So now we know we got that set in place. Now I'm going to install the light. The light's going to take me a while, probably an hour or better. Again, it's some of that boring stuff that has to be done. It ain't nothing. There's nothing magical about it. I'm just gonna get the light in there, like I say, get it wired together. So then we'll come back and we'll get the front and the top on. And might do a little touching up paint. I see little thin places here. They can stand a little more paint. I don't know about y'all, but I go paint blind. When I paint for a while, I can't tell, especially a light color. On a light color, you had the wood color, the wood, natural color of the wood, and painting with a little off-white paint. Gets to where I have a hard time telling how much paint I have in some places. Next day, when I look at it, I see, I'm a little thin here and there. I'm going to need a little more. I don't know what happens to y'all, what happens to me. But anyway, so we get the light installed, and I shall return. Okay, guys, I got the light installed. Let's have a look-see and see how it looks. See what y'all think. I like it. Okay. That is that's pretty much what I was going for. you'll see there's some shadows in it. What I'm gonna try, when you move the louvers up and down, you'll see some shadows on this top side, which I expected that. Now I'm gonna do something with the top. I'm gonna add something to the top. I think I may have mentioned earlier a convex mirror, and it looked just like this. Now I've stuck it up there, and it helps. I mean, it does completely get rid of all the shadows, but it helps. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to work on the top. Let's get the top installed, get it secured, and then I may go ahead and I think I'll go ahead and put that mirror on it before I secure the top. That way I don't have to try to reach in there and do it. All right, so let's get that part done. Set this back down. We don't need that. So we're going to put our mirror right there. It's already got adhesive on the back of it, so I'm going to trust that to stay without using any glue. It's it's designed to be put on the truck going down the highway and bumps and everything else, so it should stay. All right, it's on there. It's on there pretty good too. Trying to lift it up. Actually, I am lifting it up by the mirror, and it's not moving. So maybe some pretty good adhesive, and won't have an issue with it. All right, I got me a towel. It's a little dusty, but it won't hurt nothing. I just want to keep from scratching up that top. I've got to get this pretty flat. There we go. There we go. Pretty good now. And this is going to go on there just like that. All right, we got our glue on there. See if we can get this on there without spreading it around too bad. That's pretty good. And it didn't make a big mess doing it either. 10-4. Okay. Now, I think I am going to go ahead when I'm sitting here and put a few of these angle braces on it. Yeah. All right. So I've got it glued on. Got a couple angle braces on. They're not that pretty. I think I'll probably end up taping up that light, that mirror, and then spraying a little bit of paint in there just to hide these braces. So they kind of disappear like those are. All right. I'll just get it started, then we'll have to eyeball it straight. Like that. I like that. I like it a lot. I'm gonna have to drill a little pilot hole. I'm gonna split that wood, 'cause I can tell from here. Tell you now that it will split it if I don't. I'm getting there, guys. Got one more nail to put in here. Have to drill another pilot hole. Okay, we can do that. Really not big enough, like I said earlier, but it should keep it from screwing the wood. Should, as in a big SHOLD. Should. I get the bit in here right. Pretty close, not perfect. Should check before I drilled it, but it's too late now. All right. See, that's right. First one I did, I split the wood because I didn't pre-drill it. That's on me. I should have known better than that. So I've got them on all four sides now. So I got to do the bottom part. Y'all got to enjoy me doing this here. So I am going to not make you sit through this. I'm going to get the bottom four brackets on, and we'll come back. We'll light it up, see what it looks like. I got you. You just hang on there. Stand by. Hi everybody. Well, I got through with the find side on the name too. I'm gonna call it the shutter lamp. No, it's a shutter lamp. As you can see, I need my work clothes tomorrow. This is Saturday. I don't do a whole lot during the week. I do a lot less on Saturday. So this is I ain't gonna do crap clothes. But anyway, I think it turned out all right. I mean, being the first one I ever done, and maybe the only one, but at least being the first one I ever done, I know some issues. I would have probably done something a little different. And if I ever do another, and as I said earlier in the video, I do have 4 more of these shutters. If I ever do another one, I've learned from this one here. But all in all, I don't think it turned out too bad. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. If you get a chance, if you would, like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And I'll see you real soon with another project. Bye.